We finished off last week with this question, this specific one, and this question was on the whole human evolution process. So what we've got here is our little gorilla. Okay, let's get blue here. Here's our little gorilla was A, and you had Australopithecus was B, and then we have Homo sapiens as C. Just remember that Australopithecus is the genus name. Okay, and Homo is the genus name. And sapiens is written with a little letter because that is the species name. So if we have Homo habilis, habilis will be written with a lowercase and it refers to the species, not the genus. The genus would be Homo. All right, so we went through all these questions. We spoke about the foramen magnum, which is over there, okay, and how, let's just quickly go back here, how from our little gorilla, it then moves more forward and more forward until it's pretty much in the center of the skull here for Homo sapiens, which means it is perfect for bipedalism, so that there is a vertical alignment between the head, the hips, and the feet. Okay, then we spoke about all kinds of other things. We spoke about what Australopithecines are, and we also, that was B, and we also looked at 4 feet. That would be a primate, which was A, which was our little gorilla guy. We then spoke about B and C, and we spoke about the significance of the shape of the following, the spine and the shape of the pelvis, where the spine went from being a C shape to an S shape. And we also spoke about the pelvis, and because I explained that to you, and I said to you that your narrow pelvis, your long narrow pelvis, as you would have, for example, in a primate, in an African ape, would be long and narrow because they're on all fours. So the hips aren't holding a whole lot of stuff. Whereas if you look at the Homo sapiens, us, our hips, the pelvis is going to be flatter and squarer because everything hinges on that. Our legs hinge upwards and our body weight rests on the pelvis. So it's got to be wider and more sturdy. But the question I want to look at specifically today is to describe the significance of Homo erectus to the out of Africa hypothesis. Now, what does out of Africa hypothesis means? Well, we live in Africa and we can really be proud of being in Africa. And genetically, they have traced back our connection to one specific female who they named Mitochondrial Eve. And she was in Africa. And every living human on the planet can be traced back to Mitochondrial Eve. Remember, the mitochondria is passed on from woman to woman. So it's passed on from the mother to the children. When we have a sperm cell during fertilization, the mitochondria for the sperm cell sit in the mid-region, and the mid-region never enters the ovum during fertilization. Only the sperm cell nucleus goes into that little egg, into the ovum for fertilization, so that the 2 nuclei can now combine and a new zygote can be formed. The mid-region, or the neck with the mid-region and the tail, stays behind. It never goes in. So it's only ever the mitochondria and the DNA in the mitochondria that are in the ovum and then in the zygote that are passed on to the children. So you've got Mitochondrial Eve. But if we look at Homo erectus in the out of Africa hypothesis, let's just go down here. And this is what I need for you to do. First of all, our oldest fossils of Homo with a capital letter, erectus with a little letter, that's your genus, this is your species, erectus, all right, were found in Africa, in our continent. I mean, how awesome is that? Okay, the youngest or younger fossils were found or located, were found in other parts of the world. Now, do you understand when I said to you, use your common sense? When you look at any questions, use your common sense, look at what you already know, and then draw on what you can apply. So the oldest fossils of Homo erectus were here in Africa. Younger fossils are located in other places all over the world. And then we also have to look at the fact that this suggests, and you're just writing it out nicely, this suggests that Homo, and you can actually just put, well, let's just write it out. Homo erectus, okay, originated in Africa. Okay, we can also talk about, okay, it's not required. This question specifically wanted Homo erectus, but just to give you a bit of a brief, we've got Ardipithecus and your Australopithecines. Is it a SS? I can't remember. Scenes. These guys, both of them, where did they originate? Africa. Okay, that's where we found their fossils. So we go Ardipithecus, which then develops into Australopithecines, all the different ones, and that then went into all the homos. So we then get, because that's one genus, that's another genus, this is and then from Homo, we have Homo habilis, and Homo habilis, we then go from there, we get all the different ones that came down. Okay.